it's time to apply my makeup. And first, I'm going to let these guys zoom in on my area of hyperpigmentation that I have on my face, which is on my right side. And I used to have hyperpigmentation all over my face, and I can pretty much keep it under control right now. I'm not quite sure why the right side tends to develop hyperpigmentation more than the left side, because I really don't have it on the left side. Can't really figure that one out, but you can kind of see where I have a dark spot here and I have a dark spot here. As the summer progresses, it may get a little bit darker. However, I was in Scottsdale not too long ago and was in the sun quite a bit, and it didn't get any worse. But this is why. My kids make fun of me when I am in the sun because I use more earth tones, more Lighten Up when I'm going to be in the sun, because this white stuff is block. And the Lighten Up will definitely reflect the sun's rays and really help protect your skin against the sun. So the first thing I do is I put just a little bit of Lighten Up in the palm of my hand. And once again, either the Rich Moisture Butter or whatever, it works better with heavier moisturizers. So I use either the Rich Moisture Butter or the Golden Vitality Liquid Butter. And I take just the tiniest bit and I put it off to the side. So I'm creating a palette, like a painter, sort of. And what I'm going to do is I take just the teeniest bit of that little bit of butter I just poured, and I start making a bit of a paste with my Lighten Up. And I'm going to use that to shade underneath my eyes. And this is, some people, depending on eye shape, some people have more shadowing under their eyes and some people have less shadowing. I have, bigger eyes that tend to shadow my under eye area pretty well. So I really like to use a concealer under my eyes for daytime to kind of give my eyes a little bit more of a awake look. And you can kind of go into the, in the inside corners of your eyes too, and that will give your eyes more of a brightened look. And then I go down into the nose creases with the Lighten Up. I have allergies, so this time of year my nose is red pretty much. So I like to kind of go around my nose with my Lighten Up a little bit too. So you can see at first, it seems kind of white. So it starts off kind of white, but then we're going to add. And I just kind of get used to putting it around. Now, if I know I'm going to be going to a baseball game or by the pool or something like that, camping, fishing in the sun, I'll add some dots to these areas. Now, I'm not pushing very hard. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Because these are the places that I need to protect from the sun. Okay. All right. Then I take my earth tones and I sprinkle a little bit of earth tones. You can see I have some Lighten Up left. And I sprinkle, oh, that's kind of a lot. So if you get too much, just put some back. It's not going to hurt. Even if you get some Lighten Up in there, it's not going to hurt it. So I put a little bit of the earth tones in the palm of my hand as well. So I have a little powder mixture. And sometimes I have enough butter on the side, or if I have to add a little bit more butter. I like the liquid butter because it's so easy to control how much comes out. You can get the teeniest little squirt. Anyway, then I start to mix. I make a paste with the two. Okay, and you can kind of see I make kind of a dry paste. I don't want it real oily because my face is already moisturized. I've already used good moisturizers. I don't really need extra moisture. I just need some coverage. And once again, I'm using the pad of my ring finger. I take that little paste and I gently, and I mean gently, you do not rub this into your skin. This is a coverage. It's like a veil that you're going to wear for the day, either to protect yourself from the sun or to give your skin more of an even tone. So I'm going to go over my skin. I'm going to take a little bit more butter, tiny bit more butter. And that's what you kind of learn to do. If it feels like it's not spreading really well for you, then add a little bit more moisturizer to it. Okay. And then I'll kind of go around my face because I want it blended in. I don't want to look like I have a patch of makeup and no makeup anywhere else. I'm using that pad of that finger and I'm not rubbing hard. This is a very light motion. And that's what keeps these mineral powders from going deep, deep into your pores or into the lines on your face and making them stand out more. You see people with mineral powders sometimes and it actually accentuates your lines or your pores, and we don't want that. So this is more of a over the top. It's just a very light coverage that gets washed off at night because we're all washing our face at night, right? All right, good. I have a birthmark on my forehead, so I usually go up on my forehead. You can go with on your forehead or, whatever, wherever you feel. And if sometimes, I don't even put it everywhere. I usually don't put any right here. For some reason, I just feel like I don't really need it right there, so I don't really put it in there. And just make sure it's blended. And that's that. Just wipe the excess off with a tissue. And then for sort of a finishing touch, for a little bit of a color on my cheeks, I'll take my earth tones again. And I'll just barely get a little bit on the grate. And then I will touch my brush to that. Now, I don't use this part of my brush. I use the side of my brush because the bristles on the ends of these brushes, you do not want those poking into your pores, okay? They're gonna push those powders too far into your pores. We don't wanna push powder into our pores because we wanna be able to cleanse those out thoroughly every night. And we don't wanna spread out our pores and make them bigger. So you're gonna put it on the side of your brush, and then ever so gently brush a little color onto your cheek. And you can go down your neck, you can go onto your chest, because this is more of a, just a natural tan color, the earth tones is. But you can see you don't need very much. It's very lightly, and I'm barely touching my face. I'm not really rubbing this on my face. I'm just taking it, so just kind of skimming over the face, okay? And like I said, you can go down your neck. I got quite a bit of lighten up right there, but I'm really protective of my spot. So I tend to put quite a bit of powder on it simply for sun protection. One thing about hyperpigmentation, it's very sensitive to sun. So if you do get hyperpigmentation, tend to get it, you really want to make sure that you protect that area well. There. Voila. Do I look different?